Hi, you guys. Welcome to. I'm going to be doing a Scorpio love reading. Okay. To know more about this message, look in the description box below and follow my Instagram. You'll see the message there. Okay. So let's get into it. Okay. Let's see. Okay. So you guys are dealing with somebody who was there when there was a problem for you here. Okay. This person is definitely not showing themselves here, but this is when you had a problem with a Capricorn. This could be an earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn here, or somebody's 44, 29, or in their 20s, they're 30, 24, 42, okay? But I'm definitely getting, and the over energy is a family energy, so this could be like some incest shit, a family member, or this could just be somebody that's just like, okay, I really consider you as family, okay? You could have this person's phone number as like 156 or 651, okay? I don't know the last digit. I mean, it could be 6515. Okay, I'm not sure. Okay, but yeah, this person likes you here, and this person has been noticing that they've been catching feelings for you here, but they mostly caught feelings when you had a problem with either a Capricorn energy. Okay, something was just a little too much. It was a little too much here, like too much money. It was too much like bills, too much problems, too much weed, too much drugs, too much drinking, too much of something here. Okay? So, yeah. Yeah, I think this person was like you and this person caught on that this person was acting out of control. Okay, like this person was doing the most. Okay, and I don't know how this person was like treating you before, but they obviously was doing the most. And maybe you caught on to this person's game, which you did. You and this person caught on to somebody's game. This person could have said something, and you was like, no, the fuck, you did not just say that. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, or like somebody did something and this person, and I feel like you guys were in a role of like being like mommy and daddy, or just being responsible like people. I said mommy and dad like air quotations, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, like you guys just had a role of like being very mature. Last time I did this, for some of you guys can deal with a Scorpio, an Aquarius, or a Libra. Okay, because my little situation was I was sitting at my sister's house for a couple of days, and my sister, she was like, oh yeah, you can use the keys and everything, and I said, okay, cool. I told her every time I went outside, not a day. And you know how I know I'm not lying. Sorry. And you want to know how I'm not lying? Because I only stay there for a couple of weeks, or I think a couple of days. It was actually a couple of days I stayed there, and it didn't go over a month. I stayed there for a couple of days because I was like going back and forth with her house, my other sister's house. You know what I'm saying? So it's very vivid in my mind. So she was like, oh, anytime you want to go outside, just take the keys and this and that and third. I said, okay, cool. I got into an altercation with her, and then come to find out, my other sister, my Aquarius sister, she came through and she was like, oh, she said that you didn't ask her for the keys. And so I said, what are you talking about? Like, I told her every time when I went to go take the keys. You know what I'm saying? So that was like, before I got kicked out of before I went to court with my ex boyfriend. And that was that. Yeah, but the real problem happened because she was leaving out. I feel like you guys are like, okay, so what really happened? She was leaving out, like with her son, they were going out somewhere, I don't know, and I was working the day, not the day of, but before that, like the next day. I was gonna work the next day, so I was gonna work the next day, and she told me, she was like, oh, I'm gonna be out in this 9/3, and I got really upset because she laughed, like she was just laying in her bed, because the way how I saw the French was like, oh, that's your business, that's not my business, I'm just letting you like stay here. You know what I'm saying? She's on YouTube, she's a tarot reader as well, and she just was like laying in her bed, and she was just like really comfortable, and I'm just like, I'm laying on the floor, and I appreciate it, but it just definitely was like a, prideful, like a disrespectful shit, like that's not my life, that's your life, like, oh well, you know what I'm saying? And You know, she was just like, oh, well, you know, I'm going to be out. And I said, what am I going to do? Where I'm going to go? She's like, I don't know. That's your problem. Like, you know, I don't know what to tell you. I said, so you can't, like, I was basically telling her, like, can you come home? Mind you, I was only there for like 4 days, 3 days, or a week, I think. If I don't remember, then it's 2 weeks. You know what I'm saying? But it was very vivid in my mind. It was definitely not 2 weeks. And that's what happened. So the reason why I'm explaining this, oh yeah, and that's why I overreacted, because I was like, in my head I was like, this bitch, like, you're really fucking funny, like, you're smirking on your face, you're laughing, and you're saying that's not my problem. She literally said that's not my problem. And then she's just like, you know, and I said, you know what, you're not going to disrespect me, like, I'm in your household, but I'm like, you're not going to disrespect me as if like you wasn't living in my crib over like months, you know what I'm saying, in my room, hiding your pregnancy from your mother, from our mother, and telling to keep your secret, and we were cool. Like, I didn't kick you out of my room. I cleaned the fucking room too when you was pregnant. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, why is this bitch not doing anything? And I'm young, and now I'm at the age where I'm just like, all right, you know, like, you know what I'm saying? I just like, yo, you have no respect. None of them do. You know what I'm saying? So they're just really cocky because they're on welfare, and you know, she you know what I'm saying, like, I'm like, that shit is ugly, that's nasty, and you know, whatever. So I don't talk to her at all, because I'm like, bitch, how the fuck you lying saying that I didn't take your keys, and this is all because of the damn keys? I'm like, you know what, if you don't want to be a bigger person, you a tarot reader online, and you guide these people through their relationship, you know, you dealing with these people are probably arrogant fucking people, okay? But you're dealing with somebody that's definitely a chick that is that definitely is a chick who just doesn't want to say they're sorry, so they probably just like, you know, put shit out there and be like, oh yeah, it was this, but it's like, you know, that I know that, you know, that's not true, you know, and we could solve our situation on the side. We ain't solving shit on the side, bitch. Like, the fuck you think this is? I'm not a kid. Like, we're not children here. You know what I'm saying? Does the justice system do that? Do you do that? Like, I'm not doing that, bro, for real. Like, that's some kid shit. And if she ever be like, oh, this and that, third, I don't even talk to them, because I'm like, yeah, I said what I said and that's it. You cannot say nothing and be like, oh, you were disrespecting me, this and that, third, da, da. You put your man first, you got a problem. I'm saying, like, you know, like, for real, because I'm like, I ain't put you first. You know what I'm saying? I put you first, even though, you know, the mom wasn't supposed to, you know, the mom wasn't looking out for you like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, it's a, you know what I'm saying? Like, but now y'all buddy buddy is like, oh, we in high school again. Fuck that shit. You go over there. Like, chill. I'm not doing that. But anyways, I talk about this because I was talking about the situation because in this case, that could be our situation with somebody where it's like both people, they look like they're right, because I definitely do feel like a sense of like groundness energy in these two people. So I'm not saying you're wrong or you're right, but I feel like a grounding energy. And for some of you guys, if you guys can relate to that problem, then there is somebody that likes this individual and they do hit it off. And there is something that's going to happen further with these two individuals, to let you know if you're the cross watcher. Okay? So this could be an earth sign, but it can also be somebody else. Okay. All right. So let's get into some tarot. Yeah, because I'm definitely getting a vibe of like my situation, the situation that I explained with my sister, and I'm definitely getting like that vibe of like, okay, you know, these people, they seem to be very like, you know, down to earth. At least that's what it looks like. You know what I'm saying? Or these people seems to be very like, I'm hearing the word cognitive, okay? But it's like, it depends on the problem here, because I don't know what the problem was. Yeah, so we have the Page of Pentacles here. So it looks like this person's not going to offer you something here. I don't know if I'm reading for you or the cross watchers, but I feel like for the cross watchers, I'm reading for you. Like maybe these two people were talking about something and they were thinking about like offering you something. Okay, with the Page of Pentacles, because we have the Page of Pentacles in reverse and we have this earth energy. Pentacles is earth energy. So we also have the Two of Swords as well in reverse. Yeah, like somebody decided to not give you something anymore. It's just like, I'm not going to give this person any more tags or documentations or direction or whatever. You have the Ten of Swords, because it's like this person keeps backstabbing me, or specifically they keep backstabbing an air sign. and that's really hurting this person's feelings. Not hurting their feelings, but they're like, oh, you disrespect this air sign, then you're disrespecting me. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like cross watchers, you're like, well, okay, that's your business, because you know, like, whatever this earth sign is doing to me, like, obviously it's not it's not going too well. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not really busting for me. But if you guys, if this is for you, um either someone's not offering you something, or you're deciding to not offer something for someone else. You're deciding not to offer somebody something else. Yeah. What's this I don't really feel like that's the problem. I feel like what's important is intuitively is, you know, there are two people and they both feel like, you know, that it was on their side, they perceive that it was a problem, and I am getting a confirmation that it was a problem, and they both feel like it's best to not give you an opportunity here. Okay, or you feel like it's best for this person to not have this opportunity here, because either they keep disrespecting the air sign, a Libra, Gemini, Aquarius here, or they just keep disrespecting you. Okay, and vice versa, the cross watchers, you just keep disrespecting the air sign, a Libra, Gemini, Aquarius here. Is this somebody who's very, the air signs are logic, okay, they're full of logic, so, you know, maybe this person felt like, oh, like, if you're disrespecting me, you know, like, I mean, if you're disrespecting this person, doesn't make any sense, because I know this person, and they're very, like, by the book, you know what I'm saying? So I know that you're speaking out of your asshole, you know what I'm saying? So that's why I probably was explaining the situation, because somebody may be explaining a situation to you guys, you know what I'm saying, as a cross watcher, okay? And you know, and it was an air sign for me. The air sign came to me and it was like talking to me. For some of you guys, so I just think that maybe, and then some of you guys, if they're not the air sign that came to you and talked to you, then they're not the air sign. But this person is definitely in the role of logic. Okay, so they're definitely emulating. Is it emulating? They're definitely like in the energy of a Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. So they're coming to you and they're like, oh, like blah 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 blah, blah 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 blah. So they came back and it was like, oh, it's not there, it's not there, blah blah blah. And it's like that doesn't sound right. So it kind of, that's how I explain the situation, because the air sign, I thought the air sign would get it, but the bitch is never on my. It's not even about being on my side. It's just like, all right, you're the mediator, you're the king of swords. So who's like, you know, and all the in the mindset is like, oh, you're in this person's household, so whatever this person says, it goes. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, that's not what I heard when y'all in my crib. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I don't like something, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I just let it be, because I like, all right, you're in my room. You know what I'm saying? And if it's dirty and you complaining, I gotta clean that shit up, and you in my crib. So, and I'm like 12 years old, 15 years old, whatever. You know what I'm saying? But it didn't happen like that. It was like, oh, clean the room. Like, cause you a kid. I'm like, but you in my crib, and you secretly hiding your pregnancy, and over here, the other one, the Libra, you know, you over here like getting knocked up, not once but twice. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm putting your business out there, but it's like, not once or twice, and you in my crib, and it's like, no. And then the Libra energy, it's just like, bro, I'm in your crib, and you want to talk about like, oh, I'm gonna give you a pair of keys. I'm like, what? Why are you giving me a pair of keys? You know what I'm saying? The nigga started opening his iPad and shit like that. I was like, what the fuck are you writing down? Like, what is you doing? That makes me feel uncomfortable. It's a vibe. Then I go to the other bitch's house, my ex-boyfriend's house. You know what I'm saying? And the bitch is like, I'm gonna give you a key. You hear this shit? And I'm like, the bitch took me to court. So that means that this bitch, the Libra, would have took me to court. There's the French right there. So took me to court and everything. And that's probably why her man was, you know, this and that and third. And I said, so you gonna take your man's side, or you gonna this and that and third versus me? I'm like, bitch, he ain't gonna be here, or he ain't gonna be here. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, that nigga could leave all of a sudden, but I'm gonna be here. But bitch, I'm not here anymore. So bitch, I'm not here, so you gotta have both of us leave. You know what I'm saying? And he's like, if he's like, oh, I'm never leaving, well, I guess you proving people out there, you know, that, you know, when they not your blood, you know what I'm saying, you have kids, or in general, when they not your blood, you still could trust them, and you need them kind of, you know, you need them kind of movements, because there's people out here that be like, oh, you know, I care about, you know, my family more than, you know, my baby mama, my baby dad, or my husband, my wife. You know what I'm saying? So praise, but that's a whole fucking episode. That's what my mama said. It's their crib. So if you got molested to the mom, right? To my mom, it's kind of funny because the French is so like, you feel me? You hear it? And so if you got molested or that nigga rape you, and somebody's like, and your daughter or your daughter or your son or whatever, to be like, deal with it. You know, do you have any place to go? You gonna deal with it? And I bet you that bitch would say, yup, yes I will. That's how every time she acts. I'd be like, oh, this nigga's a rapist. He's a pervert. Oh, this nigga's abusive. He dragged me across the living room floor. The nigga trying to come in my bedroom was dragging across the living room floor. He's not abusive at all. True story, bro. No cap. I was like, yo, lady. She's like, you didn't do your thorough investigation with your nigga. You know what I'm saying? That's why he was in the situation he was in. True story. Word from word, bro. For real. No cap. Like, bro, I was like, yo, this lady crazy, bro. I was like, yo, this she is. They all funny. You know what I'm saying? Funny bunnies. Anyways, that's all I have for you guys, y'all. Hope you guys enjoy. Number two, chill, and I'll see you guys next time.